Last year, UK government proposed that from 1st January 2024, international students will no longer be able to bring their dependents to the UK. And now we are in January. Yeah, it's happening. International students are no longer able to bring their dependents to the UK. And trust me, things like this normally comes with severe consequences, and which of course we're going to be dissecting in today's video.
Not joking, no my guys them know me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new on this channel, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell so that whenever I post, you'll be the very first to find out. Now, under the new policy, international students will not be able to bring their dependents. And secondly, international students will not be able to switch to skilled worker visa until they are done with their studies. These two policies, lots of people deemed it fit as being very harsh and in their need of correction. According to statistics, Nigeria is the largest market source for international students in the UK. What that means that lots and lots of Nigerians have been coming to the UK in the past 2 years, especially since the 2 years post-study visa was introduced, with India being the UK's second large source market for international students. An analysis that was done sometime last year stated that the UK government might lose up to 200,000 international students before the end of 2025, and that could cause them a major loss of £10 billion. And they also predicted that when this happens, it is going to favor other countries, other competitors like Canada, the US, Australia, New Zealand. And guys, we are not even in 2025 yet, and it is happening. Yes guys, it is finally happening. The UK is losing lots and lots of international students to other countries, and that will lead to a major financial loss. Now, this is the headline. I got this from Financial Times. Large numbers of UK universities are at risk of falling into financial deficits due to a sharp decline in international students after hostile rhetoric by Rishi Sunak's government. The head of the sector's main lobby group has warned. The chief executive of UK universities, which represents more than 140 universities, said the sector was facing the prospect of a serious overcorrection thanks to immigration policies that deterred international students from coming to study in Britain. If they want to cool things down, that's one thing, but it seems to me that through a combination of rhetoric, which is off-putting, and policy changes, they have really turned a whole bunch of people off that would otherwise have come to the UK. As we speak now, lots and lots of university, top university, like for instance, Oxford University, which has been very difficult to gain admission into, have been forced to soften their rules, yet students are not trooping in. Yet Nigerians, Indians, and other international students are not coming to the UK. Because let's look at it this way, guys. Imagine a young woman who just got married and she really wants to come to the UK to study, and you're telling her to leave a new family to come to the UK to study. How is that going to be possible? Of course, most master's programs are 1 year, 2 years. What's the guarantee, what's the assurance that they're going to get a skilled worker visa after studying so they can be able to bring their dependent to the UK? Like, it's crazy, guys. It's really unbelievable. Or a young man that just got married, very excited and happy to start his family, and really wants to study in the UK, and you're telling him no, he is not able to come with his family. If we're being honest with ourselves, the standard of education here in the UK is quite high. The certificate is something that you can take anywhere in the world, use anywhere in the world, that can give you a huge advantage anywhere, in any sector, any country you find yourself. Like, let's be very honest. So not every international student is actually interested in living in the UK. Some people actually just want to come to the UK and go back. But then it's very important to know that we Nigerians or Africans, we are very family oriented. Many of us are not happy to leave our families behind. Even if it's to come to the UK to study for 2 years, some people are happy to come with their family. It is a lot of money. School fees is a lot of money. It is outrageous. I've said it before on this channel. I wanted to study nursing sometime in 2021. The school fees was so outrageous. 1 year alone was £21,000, and that just for 1 year. And my nursing program was a 2 year course. And I kept ranting, how are people able to afford school fees? Because it was a lot of money. I had to discuss with my husband that instead of investing this, let's just buy a house. And yes, frankly, I told him, let's just buy a house. Then when we get our ILRA, if I still have interest in doing my nursing program in the UK. I can then study as a home student, and now as I'm talking to you, I don't even have any interest anymore. It's gone. So you can imagine if we had invested that amount of money into my education, and then after 2 years I realized that this is not actually what I want to do in my life. I'm just trying to point out the fact that it is a lot of money studying in this country as an international student, and these students in return are only able to work maximum of 20 hours in a week doing term time. At this point, it's safe to say that they want your money, but they do not want you. That is it. I know that there are a lot of challenges that we've been facing lately, especially when it comes to housing, when it comes to jobs. I feel like they should put more of their interest in housing and creating more jobs than actually tackling the international students, to be honest, because these people bring in a lot of money. It is a lot of money to study in the UK, and most home students are not even actually able to afford that. The man wants to come to the UK to study, and you want him to come alone, leaving his family behind, and you at the same time you want him to work for just 20 hours in a week. How is he going to be able to fend for himself as a student and still send money back home so his family can be able to fend for themselves? How is he supposed to pay his school fees and still look after his wife and pay his children's school fees back in his home country? If you get the point. But if he's allowed to come to the UK with his family, that way his wife of course can work, because dependents are able to work as much as they want. His wife can comfortably get a job and work as much as he wants, while him, who is the student, can work like 20 hours in a week, and of course they will be able to fend for themselves. At the end of the day, it is their country, and everything I'm saying is just my suggestion or what I think. But the good thing is, everything I'm quoting right here on Financial Times and not really my words, it is still British people that are complaining that they are losing funds, they are losing money, and government needs to do something about it. With the £9,250 domestic tuition fee effectively frozen for the past decade, UK universities have become interestingly reliant on non-EU students to make ends meet, with fees from non-EU students now accounting for nearly 20% of sector income. 20% is a whole lot of money, guys. We all know that international students, we pay ×2, sometimes even ×3, because you can find an international student paying 20,000, 90,000, and home student paying 6,000. And mind you, they don't even pay it outrightly like we do. Most times they go to school for free, they're entitled to a bursary, they're entitled to public funds, and then when they finally get a job, they start to pay stipends, to clear up their fees, which they can even pay for a very long time. This they enjoy. Yeah, it's their home and they have the right to it, no problem. But it's very important that they also consider their stand on international students. They should not overlook the fact that international students are doing a whole lot when it comes to the UK. Now, one senior university insider told Financial Times that the sector as a whole has been spooked by data that showed the number of international students taking up places in January 2024 was way below the bottom end of projections for anyone. Now, this is a graph showing the income of UK higher education institutions from non-EU tuition fees. Like, this is a graph showing the fees that international students are paying, how the tuition fees from non-EU students now make up almost a fifth of total income. This is just 2022, and this is where it is, almost 20%, and we are in 2024 already. Now, Stern warned 3 interventions were necessary to put the sector on a stable footing. 1, operating tuition fees in line with inflation. 2, increasing government teaching grants and stabilizing the international market by dialing down negative rhetoric and ending questions over the graduate route. We know that the UK government is currently having a look at the 2 years post-study visa, and I feel like at that point, if they ever put in an end to the 2 years post-study visa, then they should just totally kiss international students goodbye from the UK, because international students will decline and decline and decline to the barest minimum. Like, I don't even think they are ready for what is going to come, because this is just January 2024 and they are already complaining that international students are not coming to the UK anymore. And mind you, it started this month, and this month they're already complaining, seeing a significant decrease in the number of admissions granted this year. Now, you can imagine what it will be like in 2025 and even subsequent years. It shows that in the future, international students will be at the barest minimum. And if they decide to end the graduate route, if they decide to end the 2 years post-study visa, then it is totally over. Now, looking at this full review that has been done by Vivian Stern, the chief executive of universities in the UK, and has been published by Financial Times, could there be a possibility of a full review? Because I mean, it's one thing to put a lot out there, and it's another thing to review due to not seeing results. So could it be that they might have to go back to the drawing board and see how best to reattract international students back to the UK? Because as we speak and as we stand now, they are losing truckloads of international students to other competitors. In fact, at this point, lots of people are trooping into Canada, even Germany and other European countries, and knowing fully well that the income generated from international students actually aids economic boosts. Like I just showed you guys the graph, it is a lot of money generated from international students. So are they gonna overlook the money being generated to help boost their economy and still insist that international students cannot bring their dependents into the UK? That for now we do not know, but trust me, as soon as anything is published, I'm going to bring it to your table. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Do you think they are most likely going to review it and, you know, have a recorrection done, or do you think they are still going to maintain their stance that they do not want international students to bring dependents? Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comment section. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm gonna see you all in my next one. Bye guys.